Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 16th and truly final episode of Satsuriku no Tenshi, or Angels of Death. Now, last episode, our characters Zack and Rachel were attempting to escape this place and got pretty close to the end, but they made the classic mistake of standing around talking at the door, and bad things happened as a result. People are injured, it's not looking good, yeah, before I get into this episode, I do want to clarify something. I was joking when I said that nobody in the show dies. It was some comedic exaggeration because you have so many characters that just don't die, like Danny, who keeps coming back to life, Zack, who lost so much blood he should have died, and it kept faking us out a couple times about his death. Rachel getting, injured here, but they're making it sound like she's going to survive once they get to that door. And then characters that actually did die, they still sort of come back in a psychedelic courtroom. So it was just some comedic exaggeration because the show really tries to make it feel like nobody actually dies in the show. But yeah, I just want to clarify that because a couple people were confused about that. I know my sense of humor doesn't resonate with everyone's. That's not a problem exclusive to me. There's other YouTubers that have that same problem. But anyway, I just thought I would mention it. So let's get into it and see how this series finally ends. 3, 2, 1, play. Don't tell me what to do, Dad. Yeah, she's not dead yet. Let's calm down. Just get her a senzu bean, she'll be fine. You listen to the man with the crossbow, Zack. I don't know why I call him Zack or Jack. I'm gonna stop talking now. Put the gun down, Danny. You've done enough harm. You done more than enough harm. Don't, don't do it. Don't do it, Danny. But yeah, it's definitely going down to the wire here. We live in a world where Danny refuses to die, but Catherine's dead forever. That's just not fair. Man, Zack looks so happy when he's just slaughtering people. Of course, doesn't even have a sight anymore. I think that broke an episode or two ago. But she still has her knife. That's what counts. But Rachel's slowly lifting up the knife like that. It's still probably my favorite part of the opening. Although the Catherine bit's nice too. So, I'm hoping Danny's out of bullets, but don't don't smile, Danny. Don't smile. Oh, thank you. Good job. Now the knee next. They're already through the door. So what's on the other side? Freedom? I mean, I wouldn't have because I thought Danny died a long time ago. At least you can admit that. Somebody doesn't believe they did anything wrong. Yeah, I'm a little bit weirded out by that sudden. That's a line. Yeah, Zack came a long way. Yes, he's not an angel, he's not a god, he's a human. Okay, that's blinding. Probably should leave the building too, guys. Well, because you kind of deserve it. Well, I appreciated it. Well, that would explain why he was so unhappy with Zack becoming a god. Well, you have an immortal body, that's something. I'm about to have a bird body. They are beautiful eyes, but that doesn't mean you get to take them. Apparently not the ability to dodge arrows. I have very limited sympathy for you, Danny. You've upset me too many times. I'm glad you realized that. Barely. Yeah, none of us were truly angels of death, aside from Zack. Place is coming down. Interesting description. I believe that. I mean, you're both in a burning building, so yeah. uh, yeah, this building's about done for. You get to see the pretty real moon before you die. Your hug hurts, Mom. Uh, and then Danny appears right in front of them. Alright, find the outside. I don't think we've actually ever seen the outside world in the show outside of flashbacks. Well, obviously, but... Are one of you a doctor? Or perhaps a god? Does somebody at least have a band-aid or two? You know, Zach, it's hard for me to make jokes and you sound so sad. Hopefully bullets are not the method he meant by saving. No, this is my Rachel. Zach's gonna finally die, isn't he? I mean, he's a serial killer. It's not like I can really say anything to the police that they shot him, but I still prefer that they don't. Hopefully we can get to your hospital in time. But it's so great to actually be outside finally. You know, 16 episodes in that evil building. Fresh air has to be wonderful. Early morning fire. I'm sure she was. She does sew together her dead parents after all. I wouldn't exactly call that normal. So where are you now, Danny? I know you're not dead. I'm sure you're at some motel or something right now. So you doing okay? That would be her, yeah. Good old ZNN, far better than CNN. He didn't blow up the building. I mean, he's killed a bunch of people, but he didn't blow up the building. Yeah, he's not. Well, he didn't do that either. In fact, he was kind of doing the opposite. He also did not do that, no. Yeah, he does not lie. Well, yeah, if somebody doesn't lie, of course you believe them. Well, sure, but he's not a bad person. I mean, he just kind of met her at the building. Well, I'm sure he's interested to know how she's doing. Well, there's not much more to say than that. What was your first impression? Sounds about right. I mean, she's had a rough life, just always. A lot, hopefully. Good luck on that. Yes. That's what makes her so great, though. Well, he was her best friend, so I'm sure they're going to stop that. The chocolate to Stockholm syndrome. Does she fear anything? You know, besides Zach finding out the truth about her, she definitely feared that, but. And then Rachel goes back to school, meets up with her friends. She tells them the crazy story, adventure shit that she had. And goes on to be a psychiatrist. I'm sure that's what the epilogue will be. Alright, counseling session. As long as she's better than Danny, it should be fine. But wouldn't it be something if the episode ended off with her saying, "It's such lovely eyes you have, like I want them too." You know, something like that as a final line would be great. You know, implying what could happen in the future, like going through the similar events again. That'd be funny. Speak up, please. I can't hear you. Yeah, we'd have to counsel her a lot, don't we? Many months of counseling. Probably doesn't say much in the sessions. Some fantastically animated bee. Yeah, time is definitely passing. So, are you any better now, Rachel? Has the counseling helped at all? Glad I can hear her voice right now. Oh, so? Sounds nice. Just stay away from my eyes. It does seem nice. Why? What are you gonna do? I'm so paranoid because we've seen so many bad people in this show. I just expect the worst of that woman. I probably shouldn't, but I do. People try to kill Rachel, steal her eyes, burn her at the stake like a witch. I just... You know, you're supposed to stay on that bench, Rachel. I'm not good around doctors anymore. Why do you keep looking at her legs, Rachel? I mean, not that I blame you. We don't get many cute girls in this show, so... Another patient? Who was another patient? Is it someone we know? I mean, it'd be great if it was Zach, but... I don't know. Ooh, does she have sweet dreams? I figure she mostly have nightmares at this point. Yeah, I'm sure I'm just worrying too much. I'm sure she's a nice lady. Wow, that is a nice looking moon. Like made of ice. Well, a lot of time has passed. Like several months, I'm sure. Yes. Yes. Oh. I was hoping for good news there, but that sounds more likely. I mean, he did kill a lot of people, so I can't really say he doesn't deserve that, but still sad to hear. I'm sure. Yeah, I gotta protect those eyes. Oh. Uh, did Zach escape and come here? Really? Uh, okay. I guess he got himself a new scythe too. Guess just went down to the scythe store. I guess I didn't want to take that death sentence lying down. I just got out, no big deal. Yeah, I just walked out the door and nobody stopped me. That would be something if he came here just to kill her. Is he really gonna do that though? Man, they tracked him down quickly. Yeah, here comes the tears. We did promise each other, that's true. Come with me if you want to die. Yes. If you want me to kill you, you need to be a good girl. I probably should have seen that coming. Him coming there for her, but I didn't. In our episode titles. I don't know why, but it feels like I've been watching this show forever. There is no God in this world. Aside from Zack, of course. Yeah, I remember that witch trial. That was one of the weirder episodes, which is saying something. But it was nice to have an excuse to see Catherine again. Oh, I don't know, I'm yawning this much. I'm not your god. I'm your executioner. Slash rescuer. They have a very odd relationship, is the point. A vow cannot be stolen. However, it can be borrowed and not returned. Stop crying and smile. Asking a lot from a child that went through quite an ordeal, but not impossible. Yeah, ufotable, white fox. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty nice final episode. I was worried the police would gun down Zack right then and there and then just grab Rachel afterwards, so it's cool that that didn't happen. That was a concern I had. And good old JC staff. Everyone's favorite company. So is there gonna be anything after the credits, or is this just it? Oh, here we go. That blood. And her knife. Okay. Well, that was the 16th and true final episode of Angels of Death. Yeah, this episode, we had Danny, not Danny, You had Zack and Rachel making their way out slowly because, you know, they're both injured, but getting out nonetheless. Meanwhile, you had the priest and Danny having a big heart-to-heart. Really just, it was mostly just, you know, both of them kind of expressing their feelings on the events and the reasonings and motivations and stuff like that. And yeah, just giving us that perspective, having that heart-to-heart, I guess you could call it. But yeah, there was a lot there. I don't really have much to say on that really. It just the priest clearly came through some revelations of his own, which were, you know, that's important. And Danny can at least admit how self-serving his actions were. He was very selfish the way he was dealing with Rachel. He didn't want to be alone. He wanted somebody to accept him and all that. So that was just kind of our back and forth there. But I don't care enough about either of those characters to really delve too deep into that. More importantly, we had Rachel and Zack who made it out of the building to the actual outside world, which we wanted to get to for a while. And the police were there. I don't know why they showed up like right at that exact moment. Kind of convenient timing, or inconvenient for them. But, you know, all they saw was, you know, Zack, the serial killer, coming out of a burning building holding a child, so they just kind of assumed the worst there. But he set her down. They apprehended him. Luckily, they didn't gun him down, which is good. And she got to a hospital and did not die, which is also good. Although, you know, not sure how much that really amounted to in the end because, you know. But she got some counseling. Rachel got some counseling because she needed that. She really needed that. That's a very troubled child there. And Zack went to prison, which is no surprise considering he's killed a lot of people and refuses to lie about the crimes he's committed. So, you know, of course he goes to prison. They both kind of went their separate ways because of that. They were both very concerned about the other person, though, asking the people around them, "Hey, so what's up with Zack? Is he doing okay?" It's like, "Hey, what's up with Rachel? Is she doing okay?" You know, both those sides doing that same thing. And after, you know, Rachel got that counseling she needed, and I mean, it's been a while. I think it's been months. At least it seemed like it, because it showed like, you know, the change in weather. So I assume that's supposed to mean it's been months. Eventually, Zack actually made his way to Rachel's bedroom. And he came there because, you know, he had a promise to follow through with. And it looks like he did, yeah. It looks like he killed her. We didn't actually get to see it happen, but we did see the knife left behind in blood. So I think that was supposed to imply that he killed her off screen. I kind of would like to see it on screen, as messed up as that sounds, but still, it's fine. It's cool that he kept his promise, because otherwise he would have been a liar, and that would have just ruined his entire character. So yeah, it's a good thing he did that. But yeah, I was a little worried that the counselor of hers would turn out to be evil, but I mean, I really didn't have any real reason to believe that. It was just my own paranoia, but it was still a concern I had. But she seemed nice enough. I did quite like her. But I mean, yeah, there's not much to say on the episode itself beyond that. It was a fitting end for the series, I would say. You know, both of them dying pretty much. Rachel being killed by Zack's hands and Zack dying, you know, because of capital punishment. So, I mean, in the end, you could say, what was the point of even escaping that place? So they were both gonna meet death as their end anyway. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, you could take that line of thinking further because, you know, everyone dies eventually. So their time just came a little bit sooner by their own you know, they're on their own terms, I guess would be a good way to put it. But yeah, I mean, that was the episode. There's not much more to say on it beyond that. And my thoughts on the series, I think I gave that after episode 12, didn't I? I actually can't remember if I did or not, but I mean, the series itself has been quite a wild ride. I really didn't know what to expect when I first went to this show. You know, it just looked like a horror anime to some capacity. But it wasn't really, for the most part. It was just kind of a, you know, a buddy-buddy type adventure together between Zack and Rachel, as well as, you know, a bit of a monster of the week sort of thing with dealing with the various angels of death, like, you know, Edward and Catherine and Danny and everyone else. There's a little bit of that too, but I mean, just, you know, they were fine. Everybody seemed to have their own idea of Rachel, what they wanted from Rachel, what Rachel should do, what Rachel is. You know, some people think that she's a witch that should, you know, be burned at the stake. That, you know, that she's so evil and self-serving and selfish, so she deserves death as a result. You know, everybody kind of had their own ideas about Rachel. But in the end, it really was about Rachel deciding what she was, what she wanted, and all that, and Zack kind of helping her with that along the way, and her kind of helping Zack with some changes to his character as well. And it was also an interesting dynamic between the two of them because Zack is a killer. He likes to kill people, but he didn't want to kill Rachel because she just didn't have the face. She wasn't his preference as far as killing goes. So that led to a very interesting dynamic between the two of them. Rachel wanting to die by the hands of the serial killer, and the serial killer not wanting to kill her for various reasons, and then coming to an understanding, an agreement on those terms. But yeah, I mean, the series it did kind of drag on at certain moments. It felt like we're retreading the same ground we went over before. So it definitely had its ups and downs, but I'd say overall this anime was definitely a very interesting experience that I think I'll remember for a while. The anime certainly left an impression on me, I would say. And it definitely had some pretty cool characters, like, you know, Zack, for instance. He was a very interesting character. And I liked Catherine a lot. I mean, not the most unique character ever, but I still liked her a lot. Danny, I mean, I have a decent amount of hate for Danny, but he was still an interesting character, really, for the most part. And who else? I mean, those are all the really characters I feel like I really want to mention. The bunch of the characters I can kind of take them or leave them. And yeah, it's just nice that we finally escaped that building. We got to see, because I kind of had this thought in the back of my mind that maybe outside that building there was just like an apocalypse, like the world had ended. That building was the only civilization left in the world. Like certain games I've done in the past, I won't say which ones because that's obviously spoilery. But you know, that was also kind of a thought I had in the back of my mind. What would they see when they left that building? Would it be the world they remember? So you know, it's fine to see that the world's not that bad. The world's fine. Because there's obviously some reason why nobody came to that building to rescue her, but I guess it's just because nobody knew anything was going on there. But yeah, pretty interesting, memorable show. So yeah, thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.